card in the mail from Allan George, who we spent some good time with in Nottingham a couple years ago when we were in England. Well, last year, actually. Sorry to learn about the appendicitis. Hope it's not too long before you're right as rain again. Thanks, Alan. Yeah, I had a little appendicitis. It wasn't a total emergency. In fact, it was probably the best possible medical experience for that kind of thing that I could have had. Because I caught it early, and I have good insurance. So it just was like smooth sailing. Not much pain. It didn't burst. So that's been 2.5 weeks. And I'm still got a little, the stitches have yet to dissolve away. It was laparoscopic. I'm not going to show you my wounds. But it was as good as it could be. Good surgeon. The hospital staff was awesome. I was out the next day. So it was ideal. But anyway, thanks, Alan. That was really nice of you. And he also sent, just to make me feel better, some tobacco. So he has to list out what's on the back here for customs. I mean, you wouldn't want to have anything go undocumented. No, indeed. You actually open this without tearing it. Oh, look at that. Some San Bruno. Smells very like 50 grams. Alan. I've got to share that with Tom. Oh, yes. And a couple more Gauntley's blends. Ooh, we'll have to do a video for each of these. What's this? Spiced Turkish. Wow. Glenn, you've outdone yourself, I think. I mean, we would just never get this here, I don't think. I can't imagine. There isn't much Turkish here, actually, labeled as such. A nice mix of light and dark, different cuts. Wow. Ah, I feel like a pirate with the gold doubloons, you know. Wow. Neat. In this climate, there's not a whole lot of chance of stuff drying out too much. So I get a little careless about where do I put them in the garden shed, and there's shit everywhere. I need to clean this place out. Anyway, I'm feeling better. I was kind of, after I had my appendix out, I got the crud, you know, the kind of the cold flu thing that's going around. And I just didn't feel like smoking. Yatachan. Really? Yatachan. Special mixture tobacco. You know, the smell actually, I wonder if Glenn uses some kind of special aromatic additive, because it brings back going into his shop on High Street there in Nottingham. Interesting. It's a little smaller flake, a little more uniform, although there's a lot going on there. Lights, darks, mid-tones. Um, what do we try first? So anyway, I'm smoking again. It took me from the surgery until I felt well enough. It was about 2.5 weeks. So, I did smoke the other day, but we were talking about how addicted are you to tobacco. Not real addicted, I don't think. Of course, we all would like to say that, right? But it's not like I was climbing the wall. I wasn't dreaming about it. I wasn't like, dying for a smoke, as they say. Sorry, that might have been politically incorrect. Yatta-chan. I think. Okay. Since it's not a name that, you would run across like Smith's Blend, you can't see from the handwritten script. I might be missing a nuance there. And since this is an aromatic, I'm going to smoke it in an older pipe. This is a Marksman. Marksmans tend to be really nicely made pipes from the 40s and 50s. Very vintage. Nice grain. Just real tight grain. Especially compared to more modern pipes. There are a few fills, though, I will say. And as the fills get older, they get lighter, seems like. So they show more. Mellow. Not a lot of aromatic. I'll have to go on Gauntley's site and look this up. A little smaller pipe than I normally like. A lot of these older, smaller pipes, when I first started collecting pipes, somebody would offer like Grandpa's collection, of pipes from, I don't know, haven't been smoked in 30 years, 12 pipes in a rack, and you'd see one in there that you wanted, but you got everything for the price of that pipe, or less than the going price of that pipe. So you end up with all these like small, no-name or pipes you might not normally like or smoke. Now Marksmans are good. Sorry to say I don't know more about them. Where they were carved, by whom. I think it's an East Coast U.S. Company. Beautiful day. We had mid-October here. We've up here in the Pacific Northwest had some rain and gray and gloom and cold. Didn't snow, but it got down into the 30s. Sure felt cold. So now we're all like little chipmunks storing nuts for the winter. It's like my neighbor was out chopping wood, my other neighbor was out chopping wood. So it's what happens in the fall. Very few leaves have dropped. Some have, Today's a beautiful blue sky day. I would guess, without having read a description, that this has maybe some Turkish in it, some Virginia. I can taste that kind of Virginia, slightly sour note. The Turkish is kind of mid-range, rounded, mellow, kind of monotone. The Virginia adds a little edge to it. I'm not a big aromatic smoker, so I wouldn't know what the flavors are. It's a nice smoke. It's rich, but it's pretty mellow. I'm not feeling a huge buzz. A wee bit. There's probably some burley in there. Damn it, Glenn. No, not burley. No, I had just some bad experiences with burley, I think. Tongue bite, no taste, and a nicotine womp. There really is nothing like smoking a pipe, though, for relaxation. I mean, the other day, we were over in Seattle, and that was 2 days ago, yeah. And I smoked a bowl of English Oriental from Stockley. And, dang, it was just so relaxing. It is just a pleasure that's hard to really, I mean, it's relaxing, yeah, but so is laying down on the sofa on Sunday afternoon. You know, I mean, this is a different kind of relaxing. It's hard to really put your finger on. But it's just a great thing. My friend Ben was talking about that in an email to me the other day. And yeah, he's so right. It's I may have to read that, actually. He put it so well. It's relaxing. It's gurgle. Are you bringing any pipe cleaners? No. And it connects you with guys that have gone before you that you might not otherwise particularly relate to. But it just puts you right there with them. And as a kind of a vintage activity. Something special. It really is. think, really. That we're a little different than your cigarette smoker who just smokes out of habit, you know. I hope they get enjoyment out of it. I mean, really, if you're going to do it and it's incurs a risk, then get maximal enjoyment out of it, you know. Why do something just because you're addicted to it? Ugh. I'd say that's the best reason to quit. But if you do it because you enjoy it, on whatever level, for whatever reason, that's awesome, you know. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves in our busy lives about that, you know, that slow down, pay attention. Just look around and enjoy it. I think this really helps do that, actually, as a tool. I think I read that Chogyam Trungpa, who was a Buddhist monk of some renown, wrote a number of books on Buddhism and all that, was addicted to cigarettes. That's funny. Proof that you're never there, you're always working on it. On awareness and on self-realization, I suppose you could say. Make it more grand than it is. It should be just a part of everyday living. So, Allan, awesome. Thank you so much. You are the most thoughtful guy I know. And I know some pretty thoughtful folks. Let me tell you. That was very nice of you, though. It sure was. And this should make my recovery just that much faster. It's a beautiful day. I hope it's a beautiful day wherever you are. Could be. It's all a matter of perspective. I think I'm going to stack a little wood before I go to work.